Hi, my name is Ram Overset Text, and I'm here in sunny Southern California at CSU Northridge, where I'm about to go talk to some graphic design senior students who are graduating. I'm going to be asking them questions like, how many times do you use ChatGPT for your assignments? Everything is free on YouTube. Why go to something like this?
That's a good question.
Let's go. Why do design school when everything is free on YouTube.com?
Design school, it just really changed. Like number one, like we have here in our school, we have a student ran agency, and just that agency itself taught me how to work with clients. It taught me just how to be more open, you know, talk to more people, not just trying to stay in my own bubble. I feel like a lot of the time, if I didn't go to school, I would have stayed in my bubble.
Design school really helps having a collective group of people. Every single person at this gallery here, I know individually. I'm friends with not only on LinkedIn or Instagram, but I can see every single day. I have personal connections with, and I know each person, and I can really just learn from them. And it's something that you can't really get online. Like, you can reach out to someone on DMs, but are they going to talk to you?
Yeah.
Not all the time.
I guess I just wanted to validate myself. I wanted to do it for me. I started my career in graphic design being a graffiti artist.
Oh, okay.
I was kicked out of high school because of graffiti. My mom's boss got super mad. He introduced me into Adobe, and that was literally my gateway into design. So it was a way of like making that little kid back in those days happy.
I myself needed that environment in the cohort. You could teach yourself, and then you can find your community online, but I really needed that social engagement, and I forged really early on lifelong relationships and friendships with people that I know that eventually I'm going to be reaching out to, and I know that we got each other's backs, and I think that's the best part about this. And it's also competitive.
You enjoy that competitive nature?
Yeah, I actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitive and chess competitively, so I'm heavy into strategy and being able to bounce ideas off of friends and stuff like that.
Well, I've always just wanted to get a college degree, just make that a little achievement for myself, and just to network with people. I think that's a big plus when it comes to going to school, is you meet so many people, and I've met so many people here and alumni as well who inspired me, knowing that the future is going to be okay. There's so
Is it going to be okay?
I don't know, but I was so anxious just this past week, and just kind of talked to myself it's actually going to be okay.
I think you honestly get a lot more experience, especially with critiques. From YouTube, you can't always get that, and from paid classes, it can be a hit or miss, especially because I looked a couple for art stuff, but usually the critiques aren't as strong or personable, and plus connections.
I originally was going to do nursing, so I was doing
nursing.
I was studying biology to go into nursing school, and then when I was about to transfer, I was like, you know what? I've always loved art, I've always loved designing on the side, but didn't really know how to do it actually, so let's take a chance on myself, and I got into the program here, and I never looked back.
You're the second person that I talked to that said well, I was in this other thing. You know what? That. I'm just gonna do this.
Man, I mean, it's the same thing with every creative. It's we're taught to pursue one thing because it'll make us money, and for me, I thought if I took the route of being a psychologist, it's I'll make money, but design and being creative was just something that I wanted to do.
So you chose the route with no money?
Yes, with no money, but
how are you gonna pay for this?
I know, how am I gonna pay for this? But I mean, I just really seem to like design. I took one of my prerequisite courses was in a basics to Illustrator and Photoshop, and I just loved it. So.
Oh, that's cool. What is the value of design school? Everything is online, everything is free on YouTube. Yeah. Why go to something like this?
You're in it right now. It's the energy of them being able to have camaraderie, meeting friends. This is the first group since COVID that I feel really has no effect of that time. They are so tight, they all know each other, they'll be friends for the rest of their lives, and that'll help them in their career. But I will say the tangible things you get of being in a classroom, after the 2 years that we did it online, and I got to experience that firsthand, I would never go back. 50% of our job is getting them socially ready for this stuff, getting them ready for interviews, being able to sell themselves. We have to just bring it out of them because it's there. They're the authors of this work, and there's nobody better to talk about it than themselves.
What do you think of the design industry right now?
I'm kind of confused by it because I'm like
What do you mean confused?
confused by, I'll just say the word AI.
Say it.
AI.
Yeah, I've been talking to many of your classmates.
okay with-
Where do you stand in AI?
I'm like, oh, that's a really cool thing, but I'm kind of a big hippie, so like I think about the environmental impact about it all, because at the end of the day, people could make all these cool things through AI, and sure they're cool, but they're not that cool because you didn't really make them. I'm not too worried about like the competition because people can recognize like real art and real passion. At the same time, it is a little scary because, you know,
I'm scared.
yeah.
A little scary, not gonna lie, with AI. I just saw like this cool video generator on Envato Elements, for example.
Oh, dude, I saw that too.
That was a little scary, not gonna lie. I think as long as our ideas as designers are what's driving the use of AI, then maybe we can utilize it as a tool rather than be scared of it. Hopefully.
I'm not really worried about like the whole AI in design, to be honest. Like there's videos that prove like it's not gonna take over us at all.
Not yet.
Not yet at least, right? Not yet at least, but I think it's in a good place. Hopefully now that all the talented people here are in that industry, hopefully we can make it better.
I think that it is more critical now more than ever to start thinking of yourself as a brand too, as an individual who's not only a tool for creation, but the creator and navigator, where we are all now equipped with AI and all these tools that allow you to be essentially an art director or a creative director in your own right. I think that there's a lot there you can do.
The classroom is interesting. We're using it in very small ways. We're using it for brainstorming, for mood boards, for inspiration. There's a unique thing that it does do when there is a block, and students get that a lot. I get that a lot as well. So using it to get yourself out of that creative block, I'm a big fan of. I think after that, I only would use it in discovery. I love ChatGPT. I use it in my business. I use it in my curriculum. I use it all the time. I use it for email development. I use it for outreach.
I think AI is a tool to be used. It can't make art on its own without being prompted to do so. It's something that could be used as a stepping stone in your creative process, but it can't be your creative process in itself.
How many times do you use ChatGPT for your assignments? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, you don't have to answer that, but no, but serious. How many times? No, I'm kidding.
No, I got this. Fun fact: CSUN actually got partnered up with OpenAI, where we all now are given student ChatGPT accounts. So now,
what?
Yeah. So we're somewhat encouraged to use it to our advantage. So, yeah, right. So that is something that is happening in the CSU sphere, and I think that speaks to the change that's happening in the industry.
Be honest, how many students have turned in just pure ChatGPT mid-journey stuff?
Well, we're developing our kind of like policies right now for it.
Yeah,
Here's if it's copy, I think why not? Again, a competitive industry out there. They're going to be competing against people, and everyone's using it. So should they be at a disadvantage and not use it because of ethics? I don't know.
So right now, I know it's a little scary with the development of AI and people worrying about if it's going to take their jobs and everything, but I think you need to shift your perspective a little bit, and as long as you use it as a tool rather than just using it to make things, it's not something to be feared. You know, Photoshop was also something scary, and now it's a tool that photographers use.
How many times do you use ChatGPT to complete assignments?
You know,
This is a grill.
chat's my best friend. I'm sorry. I know.
No, honestly though, if I was in school right now, I would not be writing any essay, for real. I'm like, ChatGPT, please write an essay for me.
But see, that like you're overusing it. You need to.
Nah, well that's what it's for.
I'm not using it like that. Mine's a tool, so I'm like, hey, I have these several topics.
This is why I'm not in school.
How do I break it down into a single thought, and then that helps me with my train of thought?
Yeah, but for like actual design work, you minimal usage.
Yes, minimal usage for that.
I think if it could help their, let's say they need a perfect headline or something amazing in the copy to accompany their amazing design, unreal. I think the industry is using it and they're being asked asked in their interviews, even as early as last year, they were being asked in their interviews, what AI can you bring to us? So that told me
You have to respond to that.
yeah, if our job is to get them ready for the real world, that's it. Now on the generative side of it, again, I really feel like it should only be there for your brainstorming, for a thought process, for a mood board if you're showing to a client and you can't find the perfect thing on Pinterest. Yeah, fake it in AI. But other than that, like I think it's up to us as the human designer to keep the guidelines and the guardrails to the point where we're still creating the art and there's human involved as much as possible, and that's our only way of survival.
When it comes to using assets, I hate it because you could tell it's fake. You could tell it's AI. But to build concepts, I feel like it's a good job. Like when you're brainstorming, let's say I actually used it once. I was brainstorming a magazine, and I kind of used it to gain some ideas of how do I want to lay out the magazine, what do I want to talk about, like what pages do I want to lay out, and just stuff like that. But when it comes to the actual design, I don't use AI.
I'm not anti, but I understand why people are scared of it.
Yeah.
So when I was first going into it, I was also scared of it because I am an illustrator, and I was like, hey, that's not cool that people are throwing AI art and selling it online when, you know, there's capable artists doing the exact same thing, and that's so much better to pay them. So it is frustrating. It is a give and take kind of situation, but as long as I feel like I'm not using it like in a harmful way for my own art and things, like I'm okay with it for myself.
As much of a proponent as I am of AI, I'm also one of those people that goes, I think we've got to be careful. There are certain things, and people have brought up great arguments to me. I did a talk on it a few years back, and it was quite controversial. And now most of the people that didn't like what I said are using it daily.
It's weird because I've kind of experienced the opposite, where I'm like, people who really loved it before, now it's like they switched up, and I'm like, whoa, it's interesting.
I think you're right. With any technology, it's a wave, and you're gonna try it out, and then you're gonna make your own opinion. I will say one great thing: our students are very reluctant to use it.
Like, we all feel it. We're all kind of like, oh, I don't want it to be like replace me. But some people you will find will say like, oh no, the ideation is like the most sacred part of the process, and if you like fast track that just to start designing, like you might as well just use AI to do the design if you were gonna not think of it yourself too. So
I mean, here at school they've kind of implemented like, you know, use AI to your advantage, kind of learn it like as a tool, and I've used like a little bit. I don't really like using it because I think I've got that.
You got it already.
I've got it. I am AI.
Yeah, no, exactly. What's the biggest lesson you learned in design school?
How to pull all-nighters. Yes.
All-nighters?
No, I really learned how to collaborate with others. I've only been doing design for a year, but I really noticed how I bounce off great ideas with other people, and other people seem to also get really great ideas when we talk to one another. So I think creative collaboration is a big thing that I took away from design school.
Definitely learning to prioritize your time for sure. I believe that if you wait till last minute, you do get great last minute ideas, but always try to plan ahead. And then if you do wait till last minute, know what you're doing so you're not fumbling and just not stressing yourself out, because burnout is real.
having something other than design to inspire your work and inform your work, I guess, coming from any other creative background or problem-solving skill background, I think sets you apart.
Learning how not to get too much approval from others when it comes to your artwork. As designers, we look for approval outside of ourselves, and sometimes it's helpful, it's cool to motivate us, but at the same time it kind of cripples us in a way that it doesn't let us move forward.
The biggest thing I learned is to trust myself, because I feel like as artists we're always so hard on ourselves, and that we need to just trust ourselves that we know what we're doing, and that other people's opinions don't matter as long as you love it and you feel like you put your all into it.
Biggest lesson I've learned is to just like persevere and keep pushing through, and believing in my work even when I don't really like what I'm doing. Because a lot of people give me great feedback and they see like my authentic self in my designs. So just staying true to myself,
Design school really taught me about connections and being able to talk to other designers. Not only like the technical stuff about design, but how to talk to other people, how to have like real professionalism, be able to meet other designers and know of different styles that I never would have heard about. Because even for like Pinterest, you can only see so much on your feed, but then being exposed to like a bunch of different styles and other things I wouldn't even think about led me to kind of explore myself more and really learn of like what I can push myself to in the boundaries. But
Whatever your professors tell you is only half right. Rules exist for a reason, but they're also meant to be broken. If you fall in love with a sector of design, that's amazing. But not everybody's going to be that way, and not everybody follows the same path. Forge your own, and Ram, I think you're one of those individuals that kind of speaks to that, where there is no right way of doing things. There's only your way.
Where do you want to steer the graphic design industry in?
I want to steer it to make cool shit cool again. I think maximalism, that's my jam. Seeing something with just a logo, I want to bring it more. I want beautiful things in this world. I want not only like the art and industry to just be art, but bring it into everything. Even the boring stuff like healthcare. Like I want to see cool healthcare logos, cool bank logos, something that would be exciting to look at all the time.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, because like they deserve cool stuff too,
Yeah, absolutely.
Like everybody deserves like good-looking design.
Yes, no matter where you are, what you come from, you deserve at least something that someone will look at and be like, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Get back to like handmade stuff. Like digital is super cool, but there's always like the trends go in cycles. So as much as I love the digital, technical, clean graphic lines, I love handmade paper texture and Xerox texture. I'm adding that back in.
I wanted to go more in a way where it's like more storytelling, more than just designing a logo and slapping it on, any mock-up or something like that. I wanted to be really truthful, honest, and again, with that story, maybe attaching it to a certain aspect of a company or something, but just making it really personal.
Seen it a lot with my cohort of just a lot of authenticity and storytelling, and I hope to see design still integrate that. Just a lot more originality, especially with AI becoming a thing. I hope it becomes like a route where we still are able to put our thought process and our originality within design.
I just want it to be a positive environment. I feel like there's been some talks with like if I want to go into entertainment industry that it's hard, it's scary, there's a lot of pressure into it, and I wish it wasn't like that. I wish it was more like, hey, this is a breakdown of everything. It's a teamwork effort. Like we're all in this together.
Well,
I believe definitely women-led. Women are very powerful and their designs are amazing, and just collaborating with all the women I've known throughout CSUN, and also respect to every professor, male or female, but women.
I know there's a lot of trends going towards like simplifying things. I think it should.
you're anti-simple?
I say let's go.
No minimalism.
No minimalism. I like minimalism.
I agree with no
But
minimalism.
I think we just gotta go hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Go crazy on those designs, like trends, like Swiss design, and those were cool. But let's
You can say they're not cool. I don't think they're
build
cool.
up on those, make them even crazier.
For the record, I hate Swiss design. It's overrated. We need to move
I
on.
know I even brought that up.
No, well, because that's the design.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys learned about that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, everything is Swiss design.
Say let's go harder than that. Let's make it crazy.
I agree. I like more crazy design. What would you want to say to a new designer? What would you want to tell them?
Use AI. Use AI. Use it.
No!
I would say use it to balance your schedule, because like being a graphic designer is more than just actually designing. I'm like behind my computer 24/7 emailing people. Like I said, I use it for emails. I use it for my scheduling. Most of the time when I'm talking to a client, I'm by myself. I can't take notes and talk to the client at the same time.
Well, that's a skill issue.
Yeah, I know.
I could do that.
So
I try not to.
I use like an AI to take notes. It helps. Like it saves a lot of time.
Does it?
A lot of time.
Does it?
I would say just experiment a lot. If you don't draw and you don't like drawing, draw a little bit.
draw a little bit. You're just talking at me, because like me, that's me right now. That's what I need to hear.
A little bit, and if it's not like what you think is good, it's still someone's still gonna like it.
But I don't want to learn how to draw though. Why can't I just use ChatGPT to draw?
No, it's not you. Because
Well, what if I just said in my style?
I don't like that either. Yeah.
Because I don't have a style yet. Because I don't know how to draw.
Dang. Okay. Well, you just got to take one class here on YouTube and.
Nah, I'll just ChatGPT it.
Oh no.
My message to you is appreciate critique, but don't let that get to you. At the end of the day, you're the only one working with your own art, and try to get out to as many people as possible.
Definitely practice and always ask your friends about how your design looks. Even reach out to other designers on Instagram and just say, hey, this is what I did. Would you mind checking it out? And then you can get good feedback.
Keep going, keep chugging along, make friends, enjoy being a designer because it's the coolest shit you'll ever do, and just lean into it, all your passion and joy. Even if it's hard sometimes, it'll be worth it.
Thanks so much for watching. Click on the video on the left to see an extended interview with 3 design students on their experience in design school. It's a very fun conversation, goes more in depth, and they all happen to be Filipino. So if you're Filipino or Asian, you might relate to this conversation a lot. Thank you to my patrons, Juliana Collado and Nate Bear. If you would like to support my work and get behind the scenes stuff and get videos early, please hop on the Patreon. I would really appreciate it. But thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a good day or night wherever you are.